Hello friends, today I am going to deal with the topic presentations or how to make an effective presentation. So likewise this topic it is prescribed for SY/BSc, SY/BCS computer science and even at T.Y.B.A level. And I would say it is an important point in case of every student or any employee who is going to step in this professional world. So how you are judged? You are judged even, that means on your presentation skills. It is expression of ourself. So when you go in the market or wherever you go, so likewise a presentation is what? It is a process of presenting the given topic in front of the audience or the students. If I am a teacher, how myself I am presenting the topic in the classroom. Likewise, the topic it might be same, but if it has been taught by the 4 different teachers, their methods they are different. The way of communication that is different, and how you apprehend or how your message it is been comprehended by the students, it plays a very significant role. So that's why we may say, what is a presentation? It is a talk giving information of a subject or a product or an idea. So what might be? So likewise here if we take example of college, so whenever a teacher is making a presentation, likewise it is related to any subject or topic. We may say, if any company, if they are going to launch any product or car in the market, so it is the presentation of what? That product or of that any automobile industry or whatever it might be. So it might be any product, it might be related to any topic, or it might be any idea of that company or the future plans. So whenever, that means it is an important work. And at that time, where your presentation you should be able to make in an effective manner. So what does it test? It is important form of oral communication. So as we know, reading is a tedious work. I would say many students, they don't prefer reading. They prefer either listening or watching television or audio-visual aids. So that they want immediate that feedback, or it should be easily understood. And that's why if we compare oral and written communication, oral communication is much more easier to understand. So whenever you are, that means the topic it might be hard, but the way in which you present, it looks in that manner. So if you are presenting in a simple manner, so whatever the type of topic it might be, your way of presentation, it plays a significant role, I would say. So that's why it is a form of oral communication in the spheres of education and in work. So as I have told you, in education and at the other side, at the workplaces, so it plays a significant role. So it is closely linked. So likewise, so when you are, that means anyone, when you are presenting anything, your way of presenting, so it tests many different skills. So nowadays, in the past ages, or I would say 19th century, whenever there was no invention of computers, initially the presentation it was on overhead projectors or the objects it was there. But now in the modern, that means in the modern world of ICT, the presentation ways, they have changed a lot. So they have changed a lot. Even online presentation, it has been made. And so at that time, how you present in an effective manner. So communication is at one side, and at the other side, your technical knowledge, it also plays a significant role. So you should be all-rounder. So whenever you are presenting yourself, so they want, the listeners, they want to know something new. And so you should fulfill the thirst of the listeners. So that plays a significant role, and it is closely related. That's why I have told it is closely related to our career advancement, and at the same time your personal growth. It plays a dominant role. So what are the different kinds of presentations? So first of all, OHP, overhead projector. Nowadays I would say now it has become outdated, but then also in certain institutes it is still been followed. So you have to write on the slate and on the screen, the written slate, it has been presented. Overhead projectors. So nowadays, that means it is not much followed nowadays, we may say. Secondly, it is PowerPoint presentation, or we may say computer presentation or projection, we may say. So this is a very dominant way, or computer, laptop, or even on nowadays on mobile tab. So it plays a significant role in presentation. But both things, they are important. So whenever you are using technology, it should not be a stereotype. So it should feel, that means there should be naturalness. So whenever you are making slides, so how you should prepare those slides? What should be the content of the slides? How logically you should be able to present in the form of those slides. So that we will discuss it later. But the second kind of presentation, it is computer projection, or that means with the help of a computer we can make presentation. Flip charts or blackboards. So flip charts, we know the flip charts, through flip charts or blackboard, chalk and duster. So it is a traditional method. Even in IITs and in many different institutes, still we see, or even today, the way of presentation which I am making, it is just of what? Chalk and duster, you can say. So that means it is what kind of presentation? It is blackboard presentation. Blackboard, whiteboard. So the more common term we use, it is as a blackboard, you can say. Then next, videos or films. So in between, so it is also kind of presentation. So making short films or videos, through that also your message, it can be reached to the sender, you can say. So through videos or short clips, we can launch our product, or it can be reached to the beneficiary. So how you present, either through videos or films. So that is one thing. Real objects. Real objects means what? So if I am presenting, likewise if I am teaching ABCD at nursery level, what? If I bring an apple, A for apple, B for ball, so C for, you can say, if we show any animal, C for cow, C for cat, D for dog. So what are these? These are the real objects. So with the help of real objects, what do we do? That kind of presentation. So we naturally, when we start our learning, it starts from real objects. Directly, when you train a small kid, so we show him the real objects. So we tell him naturally, this is an apple, A for apple. You show the object. So next time whenever he will see the apple, he will say A for apple. So you may also show any other product also. So likewise, B for ball. So likewise, when we show him the ball, so that idea of that object, it fits in his mind. So whenever words, what do they create? Words create images. We say we learn language through what? We learn language through images. Images, they are been created. When I say I went to the market, so there naturally there is a picture of the market. I bought different vegetables. So likewise, the picture, directly what? Our mind, it goes to the market. Or if you say, yesterday I was at the bus stop. So naturally at the bus stop, naturally that image, it has been shifted. Or I was in the farm. So naturally the picture of the farm. So what is in your farm? Sugar cane, onion, wheat, jawar, bajra, whatever that. Likewise, all this picture, they come. That means we learn language through images, or these real objects, they play a significant role in your presentation. So how you present, likewise, you may bring those real objects, or even we say, as we have said, charts. So with the help of charts also, we can make presentations. So these are the different kinds of presentations from which, that means we can make presentations. So that means, but basically, we are going to focus on computer presentation. Face-to-face communication, we know. So likewise, in face-to-face communication, what is important, that could be reflected likewise now. Now, what is the objective of presentation? So why presentation, it plays a significant role, and what are the different objectives which one should keep in mind while making an presentation? So accessing your skills. So whenever you are going to present yourself, what skills I have? If I say I don't have that much computer knowledge, so what kind of medium I should try to follow, you can say. So likewise, that means I can talk in a very good manner. So that how you can present there. So accessing your skills. So as per your skills, you should try to make your own presentation. So don't try to just imitate others. If you want to, yes, you may imitate others, but at the same time, get what skills they are needed to reach to that level of that person. So you should acquire those skills first, and then you should present yourself in that manner. So accessing your skills while making your presentations. Dealing with anxiety. Why I have taken this point, dealing with anxiety. What naturally we see, we are very much frightened. So newcomers, or at the same time, for me, if I am delivering a lecture in a classroom, it is a habitual or a daily work in front of the students. But if I have been asked to present myself in the staff academy of the state teachers, likewise at that level, what my that means the way of presentation, it will change. There, what I will think, who are the audience? So who are the audience, and as per the audience, likewise I will make that kind of presentation. Whatever the lecture or the same topic which I am delivering to students, it might be in different language, but the way of presentation in front of the teachers, it might be different. Or if I am appearing for any conference, national conference or international conference, there also I will have to make much more preparation. So it depends upon the situation. So it depends upon the situation, and likewise we prepare it accordingly. So we should deal with our anxiety. That means anxiety in that sense, it is a stress of what? Stress means here what? Lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. Why there is lack of confidence? Because you are not sure I could present or not. So what is needed to decrease the stress? Naturally, you should prepare in a good manner. So when you are prepared in a good manner, so when you make different rehearsals, so likewise your confidence, it enhances and it will reduce your stress, your exercises, your yoga, meditation. So you may adopt those different methods also for decreasing your stress, so that it should not happen. So even though you are an intellectual person, but if you are failure in presentation, I would say you are zero. So first of all, you should decrease your anxiety, or you can say you should communicate with others. Building a rapport, it is very important. So try to ask your friends. Don't concentrate on self only. I is ego. So what our approach, it should be we. So we have to work in a group. So when we have to work in a group, we should try to communicate with each other. We should try to share. If you don't share, people, that means what? Mistakes or errors which are been committed by the speakers, they can't be known, and you might be failure. So what should be our attitude? The errors, they should be reduced, they should be minimized, and at the next time you should be a good presenter at that level. So we should always, that means developing and using audio visual aids. So visual aids, whatever aids which you are developing, so it should be developed in a proper manner. So the appropriate aids, they should be presented related to the topic. So whatever the aids which you are developing, so they should suit to your presentation in a suitable manner. The color combination, the topic, or you can say the objects, real objects which you are showing. So whatever it might be. So likewise, whatever aids which you are using, they should be suitable, or they should have a relation with your presentation, you can say. So preparing presentation, that we are going to see, and delivering presentation. So preparation before interview, in a similar manner here also, what preparation you should make before presentation, I would say. The same points which we have dealt in interviews. So here also the same things which you should keep in mind. What preparation I have to do before delivering my presentation, I would say. So what preparation? So likewise, now I have taken the next point here. So what preparation you have to do while making presentations? So decide your subject. So likewise, that means what are the topic which has been given for your presentation. So when the topic is been allotted to you, so look at the topic, look at the title, look at the work which has been done on it. So try to grab the information, try to listen to the scholars in that field, Don't, while framing, finally your opinion is yours. But before presentation, you should listen to different persons. You should read the different references. And whenever your presentation, it is what? It is, that means it is not like a gossip. It is an intellectual presentation. So that's why it should be effective, and at the same time, when people admire you, where people say it was a nice presentation, what would naturally happen? Your confidence, it enhances. So one should, that means once it will become a natural habit. When you develop that habit, it becomes a good practice, and practice, it is converted into a skill, and you enjoy every presentation. So you are not frightened at all. So when you develop that habit, so make presentation your habit. Don't make it a stress. So that means preparation of a topic, it should be like a regular practice. And when that skill is been acquired by you, so it would surely help. So decide the subject in a proper manner. Whatever the subject, it might be related to any science, or it might be related to sports, it might be related to literature, or it might be related to any presentation of any product. So whatever the subject it is, so try to get all the points clear. If you are not confident about any point, you may have a dialogue with the person who is near and dear and whom do you trust. So you may have a discussion with him and get your difficulties resolved before presentation. Don't be with any lacuna before presentation. So that is, we know when you give a presentation, you know what, that means who is the best judge? We ourselves our best judge. I know what kind of presentation today I am doing. So when I will get satisfaction, after the lecture I will get that satisfaction. So no one is going to monitor you, but we ourselves should monitor us, and we know what I speak, whether that, be honest in your presentation, I would say. So preparing the content. So likewise, secondly, what content you are going to add, make it in a sequential manner or a chronological manner. So what should be the title of my presentation, what pictures which I am going to use, what tables I am going to use, what different graphs I am going to use, what different information I have to collect it. And there might be much more information. I would say, first of all, gather all the information. Gather all the information. When you gather all the information, now decide the sequence. And according to the sequence, what points they should be added, whatever are the important points, they should be added in your PPT or your PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint presentation, I would say, that means we should be able to know whenever you are adding in a PowerPoint presentation, what should be added. So definitions, they should be added, but others, they should be in a phrase forms or important highlight, you can say. So if that means, just when I say think of your audience, so I will write the subject, but later on, related to that point, I should be able to give running commentary. Don't read the slides. Reading slides is what? Reading slides is a failure. So if I am presenting and I am just reading here from the notebook, it would not make much more effective. So what is presentation? It is spontaneous overflow of what? Your feelings or thoughts which are in you, they should be expressed in that manner, I would say. So think of your audience. Why it is important? Audience, they are very important. As I have already told you, to whom you are delivering your lecture, it plays a significant role. So likewise, they might be small kids, they might be primary students, or they might be secondary students, or if you are delivering to students at college level, or in the society, or in a city, or in a rural area, villagers, their attitude, it might be different. So their level of thinking, their level of understanding, you are at the same time, whenever you are making your presentation, there should be a humorous tone also. So likewise, in between, it should not be very serious. So there should be some comic relief in your presentation. So the listeners, they should always be with you. They should be always with you. So it should not happen. The front bench, back benchers, they are not at all paying attention to you. So likewise, all the 4 pillars of the classrooms, your attention, it should be everywhere. So it should be everywhere. So they are looking, if 100 students are in a classroom, 200 eyes they are looking at you. So you should have that power to attract each and everyone's attention to the point. So make it interesting. So likewise, their time is also valuable and your time is also valuable. If they are talking, I would not blame the students. Who is responsible? The teacher or the presenter. He is responsible for what? That because he is lagging those effective skills of making presentation in a proper manner. So in between, you should try to ask question and answers, or you can say that it comes afterwards. So likewise, after preparing the contents, think of main points and sub points. So what are the main points and sub points which those should be added? That means main point, the heading. Then the sub points and your running commentary to those, you can say. Speak without looking at the written script. So don't look always at the written script. If you look at the written script, naturally again, so when your attention, it could be, that means it could not be matched with the classroom. So we always say there should be a triangle. What kind of triangle? So what kind of triangle? Here you can say, I am presenting myself. So what should be my position? So what is my position? Students, myself and the blackboard, or the visual aids. This triangle, it should be maintained with students, teacher and the blackboard. So you should not look in this manner. If you look towards the blackboard, so what is happening at the back side? No one will know. So always don't turn your back. So likewise, when that means while making presentation, there should be a triangle, so that even the student from at right side or left side, he should be able to see you, your body language, which plays an effective role. Or you can say, don't look at only one side. Look, you can say the entire class, it should be covered. It should be covered in that sense. So speak without looking at the written script. Preparation of slides or visual aids. So whenever you prepare a slide, what kind of that means? In the computer, it might be looking very good, but whenever you are presenting here in the classroom or on the screen, likewise those colors, they might not be visible to the students. If you use yellow color, or you can say light gray color, so what would naturally happen? If you use light colors on the screen, that means the students, they could not see clearly and there would be a chaotic situation. So to avoid that chaotic situation, so generally don't make much more, you can say that adding musical effects or other effects. So keep your slide, I would say, I would present black and white. So your background, it should be white, and the colors which you, that means which you add on the screen, they might be red, blue or black. So, or you can say, that means those dark colors, they might be added on the screen, you can say, so that all the students, they can see easily. Even the font size. So font size, it should not be much more also, or it should not be much more short also. So the main point, the font, it should be more, I would say up till 24 or 24 to 26, and the next, you can say the sub points, you may say up to 22, 22 to 24 or 24 to 26 headlines, and 20 to 22 we may say sub points. And in one slides, I would say that means main point and sub points. We don't say sentences. So sub points, they should be written in a phrase form. So they should be written in a phrase form, or you may use table form also. If it is a statistical information, you may either use graphs, maps, charts, so they might be added. Or if any figures, they also make an effective presentation. Science, likewise the figures, without figures, your presentation, it could not be completed. So as per, you can say the content of the slide, you should try to keep it minimum. Don't add many things on the slides. So that means the interest, it can be lost. So on the slide, you can say only few points. I would say not more than, you can say in one slide, not more than 8 to 10 lines. So not more than 8 to 10 lines, they should be added. So because all the slide, it should be easily readable by even the last student in the classroom, I would say. So preparation of slides and visual aids, it should be in a significant manner. it should be correlated to the topics. So it should be correlated to the topic, body language and your position, which I was just speaking now. So your body language, how you, that means whenever your body language, it should be in a significant manner. Whenever you are making presentation, maintain eye contact with all the students or with all the listeners, you may say. Likewise, then next your position, where you stand, as I have told you, maintain a proper triangle, so that everyone, if you see on the stage, if there might be, you might be the leader of that on the stage, you are a good dancer, and in that group dance, there might be other 6-7 members. You don't bother about other members. What is important? You can say, whenever you are performing even on the stage, likewise on the stage, you should also have a rapport with whom? With the spectators, with yourself and with your colleagues. So that is, you are working in a group, and individually when you are making presentation, there should also be a rapport. Or if you are making PowerPoint presentation, there might be a technical assistant who is assisting you. So there should be a rapport with him also. So that means how you use pointers, and how that means you have a proper rapport with that person. So it should be in a convenient manner, or you should make a trial before making your presentation. So body language or your position, it plays a significant role, you can say. So time management. So know the time. Always ask, wherever you go, try to follow the time management. It should be in a proper manner. So likewise, if you are allotted 45 minutes, so your topic, it should be completed within those 45 minutes. You should not expand beyond those 45 minutes. So that should be maintained. So time management, it is very important, so that the listeners, I would say, what are the program, your presentation, it should not last more than 30 to 35 minutes, I would say. 45 minutes at the top, you can say. All right, lectures, they are different, but if you are making any presentation of any product or giving information, so minimum words, maximum thought, that way it should be. That means the listener should feel, yes, I am learning many new things from him. So the type of audience, as I have already, check your aids and alternatives. So always check, you can say. Likewise, whenever you are making yes, your PPT is ready. So what we can say, if you are going to present your PowerPoint presentation at certain different place, so likewise you should take it in pen drive also. You should carry your laptop also, or you can say, sometimes what happen, your presentation there, it might not support that computer, it might not support, so it might not be updated. So those technical problems, they might also arise. So at that time, we should think of those threats also. What might be the obstacles or barriers to our presentation? So at that level, we should think of those problems also. So try to analyze those problems also. First of all, think of those problems and make your presentation ready in that manner. Keep always a hard script. So you don't rely entirely on the technical skills on the technical aids. If you rely totally on the technical aids, if your presentation it starts, there might be light failure or power failure at that time. So what would naturally again happen? So if there is power failure, so you cannot stop your presentation. So there should be an alternative. There should be hard copy of your presentation. So you should not stop. You should be able to continue, even though the technical support or the power support, it might not be there. So you should think of those barriers also. Try to reduce external barriers whenever you are presenting yourself. So there might be noise barriers. So likewise the location. So think of those also and try to reduce those barriers. So those different barriers, they are there. So every one of us know, try to reduce those barriers. And so likewise, when you reduce those barriers, your presentation, it will surely become effective. And or at times what happened, there might, so some barriers they are there, or the fault it is not known by us also, or no one is pointing at you also. They are frightened. How can I tell to the teacher that you are the presentation which is going, we are not able to see the screen. So there might be fear in the mind of the students also. So try to prepare your own presentation in a significant manner, and always have a dialogue with the listeners. Take the feedback. Feedback is the best mechanism to know whether they understand or not. So in this manner we can reduce those barriers also and make our presentation more effective. So this preparations we have to make. So during next lecture we will go through that means what kind of language we should use in our presentation, or what kind of statements we should use in our presentation, and the effective tips of presentation will deal in our next lecture. So I'll stop here. Thank you.